Okay. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for turning out on this not so pleasant February evening. Welcome to Handful Town Council's February meeting. First agenda item, the 25051, is to receive apologies for absence. None received. Okay. Agenda item 25052 is to note declarations of interest and requests for dispensation. To discuss and vote on a matter in which a member or co-opted member has a disclosable pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest. Does that apply to any councillors here? No? Okay, thank you. Agenda item 25053 is the open forum. However, as we do not have any members of the public, we can go past this one because there's nobody here. Agenda item 25054 is to approve and sign the minutes of the Handful Town Council Finance Committee meeting of the 14th of January. Are there any issues that anybody wishes to raise with the Finance
Committee members?
Yes, only Finance Committee members, yes.
None, Chair.
None, Chair. Okay, good. Can I have a proposal and a seconder then, please? Thank you, Councillor Small and Councillor Sampson. All those in favour? Thank you. Agenda item 25055 is to approve and sign the minutes of the Handful Town Council meeting of the 14th of January 25. Are there any issues with those? Yes, Councillor Small.
I'm just flicking through item 13.
13. Okay.
Page 4 of the minutes. Just to report here that Cheshire East applied to HMG to increase council tax to 9.99%, and HMG have refused to allow them to do it. So our council tax increase will be of the order of about 5% or something like that.
4.5, 4.5.
4.9.
Oh, there it is, under 5.
Oh, yeah, that's good news. Okay. Councillor?
What is it?
Yeah, just to give a mind, Chair. I wasn't at the last meeting. I'm looking at there's 1 minute on there. If I can get some clarification on it. Minute 25038. It's about the spend of. Yeah, it's about the spend.
1 second. Let me get there.
The VE day.
Yes, the VE day.
Yeah,
yes.
well, obviously, whatever's been agreed has been agreed. I don't expect to change that. But my query is, what is costing up to £3,000 for VE day? You think?
Sorry.
It's. The cost of that event will be more than we pay on a Remembrance Sunday parade.
Yeah, but this isn't just a parade, John. It's an actual event that's going to go on
I know it's
from
not
9 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. They're hiring a band, they're having a dance, they're having a buffet. Now, whether the buffet's free or not, I don't know. But the £3,000 was not a figure that was taken lightly. She'd done some figures, but unfortunately Gianna's not here. Oh, right. But she agreed to figure with Ashley, and we've got it in the budget. So,
I understand,
you know.
Yeah. It said that there's 500 quid for the kids' activities. So it's 2,500 quid for the actual
it could
event.
be, yes, yeah. But it's not just, it's covering the whole day, and she's got, unfortunately, Gianna should be able to tell you more, but she's covering, they're doing a buffet, they've got groups on, they've got singers on, they've got quite a few, and the lights as well.
Quite a few free things.
Yeah.
Isn't there authentic equipment coming
Yeah,
as well?
yeah, hopefully.
And is that what costs the money?
The assault course, the children's assault course is going to cost the most money. That's £1,000 for kids' activities. But they're all inflatable activities like carnival games, ice cream, like, you know, all sorts of different bits and bobs for the kids, as well as a soul tour like we had last year. The entertainment, there's 2 different groups on. One's a big jazz swing band. One, I don't know the other one properly, but they're an authentic 1940s band. Christmas decorations. I can send you a complete breakdown with
I could send you the.
I've got my answer now. I
Yeah.
just wanted to know what was costing more.
And we've hired silver
Every Sunday.
Yeah. Because
I
you were
might
at the
ask.
last meeting, probably that's why you were asking about it.
Yeah.
I might add that Romso apparently is spending £15,000 on their New Day celebrations. I'm not sure what they're spending that on.
No.
But anyway, there we are.
Okay. Thank you.
Any further questions? No? Okay, can I have a proposer and a seconder, please, to accept those minutes? Okay, thank you, Councillor Sampson, Cynthia Sampson, second by Councillor Chris Sampson. Right, I'll get back onto my agenda. All those in favour? Yep, okay, thank you. 1 abstention.
Yep.
And the next item is agenda item 25056 to approve and sign the order of payments for February 2025. Are there any questions that you would like to address to the Finance Chair? Yes, Councillor Small.
I know the answer to my question, but I wondered whether the Chair of Finance or the Clerk would comment on the transfer of £26,000, which is one of the items in the.
Do you want me to answer?
Yes.
Yeah. So
He has discussed it with me.
yeah, we operate one current account with the Clerk, which has currently £70,000 in it. We've got one with Barclays with £160 in it.
Starting balance.
There's the thing called the financial services compensation limit, which is £85,000. So it covers any if the bank goes bust, something along those lines. Protects your money up to 85k. Okay, and that applies to any bank account.
That's correct.
Yes, yeah. In March, the end of March, beginning of April, we're going to get 85k in from our first precept instalment, which is going to take us way over that limit. So I'm starting to move some money from our carryover into the Barclays account, which we can access straight away as well, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So there might be another transfer on there next month if we have covered our running costs.
Yeah, very sensible.
When does that have to be done by?
I want to get it done by the end of March. Basically.
All right.
Yeah.
So-
So yeah, before the 85k comes in, sort of thing. So yeah.
And just while we're on that subject, if any councillor knows of any events or anything that is happening in Hanford that needs some funding, please get in touch with us because we can't keep carrying this amount of money.
Okay. Any questions for anybody else? No? Okay, may I have a proposal secretary to accept and approve the order of payments? Thank you. Okay, yeah, all those in favour? Unanimous, thank you. Agenda item 25057 is to receive a report from the PCSO, which we have all, I believe, a copy of. Would you like to read?
I will, yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor.
Below is a breakdown of incidents in Hanford, not including Coleshaw, since the last meeting. The level of detail provided depends on what GDPR will allow, not compromising ongoing investigations. Burglaries, nil. Theft of motor vehicles, nil. Theft from motor vehicles, 1 from Hanford Dean. Phone and wallet taken whilst another offender distracted the reporting person. Shoplifting, 4 from Hanford Dean. Reports of missing people, 3. All were found safe and well. Suspicious activity, 8. No patterns or relation to other jobs. Violence, 14. 2 of these incidents were mental health related. 5 of these incidents involved the same property's people. Many turned out to be verbal arguments and were singular incidents, 1 incident at Hamforth Dean. ASB, antisocial behaviour, 0. Any questions or concerns, please let me know. Kind regards, PCSO Izzy Yates, who is currently standing in for Gareth, who is away on extended paternity leave or something along those lines. I was meant to contact Izzy and try and have a chat with her about stuff last month, but I haven't managed to do it because I've been that tied up with work at the moment. But things have quieted down at my work, so I'll have a chat with her this month. Just my own personal opinions of some of this stuff. It's very flannery.
It doesn't tell us anything.
No, it makes Hamforth out to be, you know, like Buckingham Palace. It does, and we all know it isn't.
Yeah.
We all know there are incidents. There was an incident yesterday that appeared on Facebook about a car being stolen off Spath Lane,
Yes,
for
indeed.
example,
Yeah.
which wouldn't make this report. It wouldn't make this.
That's what I was going to ask. What are the dates between?
I think it's for January.
Yeah,
I think it covers January.
Yeah.
And that's it.
it might even break into the first week of February. I'll need to find out from her. But this was yesterday, so I kind of skirted over that with it not making this report, because she probably did this report yesterday or the day before. But
Can I just
yeah,
make a point on that? The problem is that people think that putting it on Facebook is reporting it. You
no,
have to report it to police.
yeah,
101 or 999.
yeah,
But they don't. And you get a string of people complaining about, yeah, we've done it again,
Yeah.
again. Tell the police. If you don't tell the police, it doesn't get on there.
No.
Exactly. Perhaps we could
The
do
bike-
something about that.
the bike kids seem to have disappeared, according to
Yeah.
this.
Mm.
I'm sure they haven't.
No,
I'm sure
they
there's
haven't, but-
plenty of elements of them out about with the balaclavas and they're riding the bikes. I regularly see them up and down Dean Road in Hamforth pulling wheelies on these motorised scooter things.
Yep.
But it kind of it goes past the net. And I'm a lifelong believer. I'm not a big believer in the PCSOs personally, but that's my own opinion. I think they're a bit wet, but that's my own opinion. And I'll be speaking to Izzy about it.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions from anybody?
Tim, suspicious activity, H.
Yeah,
What is it?
we don't know.
Exactly, yeah, that's the
Oh,
point.
what do you say?
I think that's what it means.
We don't know.
That's Tim's point, isn't it? That's Tim's point.
Yeah, I mean, this.
That
doesn't
could
tell
be
me anything.
anybody walking down Hamforth High Street after midnight
Yeah.
with a woolly hat on and a face mask.
Yeah.
Because you can be pulled over by the police. What are you doing? Well, I'm walking home. Well, that's suspicious to me.
I mean, 14 incidents of violence. I mean, that's quite high.
It
But-
is.
But it doesn't tell you
What
they
level
get.
of violence?
I just
What-
wonder how much of that is perhaps due to GDPR that they can't tell us that we can't.
No, but they
I
should
don't
be able
know.
to tell us the time.
It-
You know, was it a stabbing
Yeah.
or was it a belt across the face
Yeah.
because they'd had too much to drink?
And if
Location as well. we need to
Yeah.
know.
if it's violence, is it a group of people? Is it a single person, a single individual?
Well, we have
Is
to
it a
tell
husband, a wife,
Mm.
or a wife or husband?
Mhm.
Is it a
We don't
kid?
have to give away personal
No.
information,
No.
do they?
No.
Just give
No.
us a
you.
bit
They can
more.
give us
Yeah.
a bit more.
Yeah.
We'll meet on the
recall-
bones.
Sorry.
We'll meet on the bones.
Yes. Yeah.
I seem to recall Gareth
A good
saying
expression.
along these lines that they are restricted what they can say in detail.
No, he said they couldn't name, but he could describe the
All right.
type
Well, in that case,
of
that's back to your
incident.
point,
Yeah.
Tim.
Well, I think it would
Thrashing
be
out.
very worthwhile you having a word to.
Yeah, I do apologise. I did meant to speak to her last
Okay.
month, but I've just been so busy at work. It kind of, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it, but I will get a chance now in February because it's a bit quieter, and I don't think Gareth's due back, so I'll go and meet Izzy somewhere.
That'd be great, and then perhaps you can give us a briefing at the next meeting.
Yeah. I mean, one of Gareth's main pastimes, as I call them, was standing outside the Pinewood with a speed camera but none of that's reflected in here.
No,
No.
no.
Or he'd be down Dean Road with his speed gun, booking people at 33 miles an hour.
But he doesn't know if they've been booked. All that happens with that device is that it downloads to someone in an office in Chester or wherever it is, and they take the details.
Well, he should know.
No, he can't remember everything. Well, he doesn't have access to it.
But at least perhaps report of what he's been doing.
Yeah,
Would be useful.
but he would know how many reports went into police headquarters.
I don't think necessarily, because
He must know how many times it bleeps.
it could be.
He'll stand there with his gun and he'll go bleep, got another, bleep, got another.
I don't know if it makes a noise.
Well,
Well,
whatever it does,
can
it
we
will
investigate that?
it will
Find
indicate
out?
to him how many
Let's
people.
find out
Yeah,
some more detail.
yeah.
and then
I
back
have
to
a bit
it.
of information on that actually.
Right.
I do have a bit of information on that actually. It's quite, I didn't realise that information does go and they do act on it, on this speed gun information. One big reason we know is the Chair of Troll Parish Council, Dan, got caught by it last year, got to pay the fine and ended up with £1,000 fine.
Oh,
Like
my
that.
gosh.
Yeah.
So it does work.
Yeah.
It does work. Yeah.
Wow.
But the PCSOs should have access the information of what they're doing in their job, because standing on the street corner for 6 hours pressing a button and clicking and and not knowing your results from it is pointless doing it.
No, because he's the one he's a resource for it. It's not a copper doing it. That's the reason. It's PCSO job. So,
But
he's supposed to go do.
But he should have access to the information to know how well he's doing or whether his gun is working.
You mean how many times he's just
Yeah.
pressed the button or
Is it
whatever
an
it
oath?
is?
Sorry?
Is it an oath taken officer? What's the phrase
Sorry.
for a couple of them? He's taken the oath.
Yeah,
What's the phrase for it?
with protection of life and property.
Yeah, but what I mean is they are officers of a certain type once they've taken the oath.
Yeah,
So that doesn't include.
there's certain powers.
Yeah.
A PC
Yeah.
has full powers.
Yeah.
A special, which PCSOs come under,
Yeah.
can only arrest if seen an offence committed.
Yeah.
It can't go on evidence given to them.
Yeah, so he can't do anything with that information.
He
It's
can.
down.
He can, John,
How come?
because what he does, they fire the gun,
Yeah.
he logs it, he transmits it to headquarters,
Yeah.
where they have a team of people who download it and process it and send their summons out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Gareth or whoever, any PC will get a copy of how many he's recorded. He will.
Because he'll be targeted. I would imagine as a PCSO, he will have a target that the police
So
set
they don't
him.
have targets.
No?
No.
Does it not say?
Okay, well, perhaps we could just ask that
Yeah.
question and get some clarification, and then that will allow us all to know precisely what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, can we move on then? There's nothing else about the report? Okay, agenda item 25058 is to receive any updates from our Hampton Court councillors.
Yes, Chair. We had a discussion last week with the Senior Highways Officer. The Lakes Estate and Winslow Road will be repaired with level 2 repairs in May. Mountain Road defects will continue to be repaired when reported, but along with Earl Road on Stanley Green Estate, those two roads require a level 3 repair, which cannot be scheduled until the highway budget is known. That will be March and April for this next coming year, when the budget is agreed and money they've got to make those repairs.
What's the difference between a level 2 and a level 3?
One's better.
Yeah, that's obvious.
So
That's it.
One's more
Level
pressing.
3, I believe, is that it actually gets sealed around the perimeter of the hole.
Oh, right.
If you look at sometimes when you see these that have been, a patch has been put in rather than just a hole filled, you see around the edge of it, it's got that sort of black shiny.
Well, you know when those repairs were done at the northern end of the main road, Winslow Road, last year, I think it was, what were they? Were they level 2 or level 3?
I can't tell you, I don't know.
Don't know.
No.
Because they're all broken down again now anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
Mostly.
I came through there on Saturday afternoon, and there was very few causing me a problem. Bump, 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 bump. Very few.
What were you riding? One of these big
Where was
wheel
that?
things that doesn't
Tractor.
feel anything.
Oh,
It's shocking.
No, there wasn't as many as I thought there would be with the amount of publication.
Well, this is
Well,
the
this
problem,
was
because
the road.
there's an awful lot
Near
of
Spath Lane?
traffic on there now.
No, it was a road.
Near Spath Lane.
Yeah, that's there.
Yeah. That's a dreadful job.
Yeah,
Disgraceful.
Some of them are.
Okay, anyway, sorry, carry on.
okay.
So obviously, work on Hall Road will commence on the 17th of February.
Allegedly.
To try and amend what's going
I'm
on.
not holding my breath.
Isn't that week commencing? Not the day, I don't think. Because you've got Openreach starting work on that day, aren't they?
Sorry?
They're the same, Openreach are working on that.
There was a
on the same day.
confusing letter that all the residents got, which said that Openreach were coming on the 17th, and they were closing off the road, you know, that runs in front of the hall. Obviously, they'd have to give access to the residents. And I just thought, oh, that's a bit strange, because obviously highways are going to be there. So I don't know whether it's a joint effort or what's going on.
I don't know. I was only told about was it the dip that was in the road, that's been remedied.
No.
That's utilities.
Do we know what
Oh,
it
you mean
is?
where it floods, you mean?
No,
Where are we
That's
talking
the junction
about
of
now?
Hall Road and Woodland Road.
Is it-
on
where
the
there's a dip.
corner? of-
Is
in
it
front of the old hall?
investigations or repairs on the
So
17th?
repairs. Work on it will commence. So
Right.
They don't know how.
you're right, it may be an inspection, but
Once
we're
they
told
scrape-
work will commence.
Once they scrape the surface off, they might come across
Yeah.
a great big hole
Yeah.
underneath.
they will.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're digging there. We've asked that Highways will revisit the newly installed parking bays on the Spath corner, Spath Lane. Yeah, because we think there's something still needs doing on it. What you've got, I don't know if you can see that shape. That's like, you know, when you get a mould and it makes lots of those. That's the surface. And what's happened, a couple of female residents have got out of the car and have twisted.
Caught the heel.
Yeah. So we're asking them to go back and double check that and make it right, so it's not going to cause a problem.
Oh, these are the new bays you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
okay.
which are very well used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually 7 or 8 in there all the time, which keeps them off the road.
Why didn't you take the sign away to say the road's closed?
No,
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Oh, I can't answer that. All I say is report it.
everyone's turning
Fix
left
my
out
street.
over here.
Yeah,
It's
they are.
apparently going down there.
Yeah.
It's come to a dead end.
You know that. Said about
It's
that.
made a big distance.
Yeah, I've actually been monitoring the car parks. You know, the 2 car parks that are now being charged. School Road and Winslow Road. Usage is about 20%.
I wouldn't have even said that.
Yeah,
That
sometimes
one
it's
is-
down as few as
That
4.
one near the Bull's Head, they're all parking down the hill.
Yeah, it's getting worse than
There's a
that.
lot more down the hill
It's
than there
terrible,
used to be.
John.
Oh, no, they're there from the Porsche garage, Ferrari garage. That's where they're all from.
Yeah. I did speak to a lady that works at the Ford garage, and she said that what they're trying to charge on a daily basis on those car parks would add £25 a week to her travel. And she said, I'm sorry, I can't afford that.
We've gone back some time after time about the fact that we were able to get residence permits for those who live in the terrace houses on Station Road,
Yeah.
Winslow Road, and back onto Winslow Road car park, and the ones that are on the main road. We managed to get, rather than having to pay something like 4,000 a year, managed to get
How much?
something like about 4 grand a year. But we managed to stop that and get it so it was £80 a year for a residence permit. So they can park there once they paid that 80 quid for a permit. So
If they're not residents, if they're workers.
that's tough, yeah. But that's what we're arguing about, saying we don't, it's the lack of usage is just
The car park's
demonstrating,
empty. Could
and
nobody
the lack
go
of usage
and go in?
is demonstrating the fact that they're not getting the revenue that they're
No.
expecting to get,
Exactly.
which was
They
the
probably won't
justification.
even break
for
even
having-
on what
for
they've
having
spent
parking
on doing the
space.
car parks, will they?
Yes. Why are we not surprised?
And there are, on School Road, that's the same,
Yeah.
very similar numbers. And the problem that we're getting there is that some members of the public who live on School Road are getting pissed off with
People
people parking
because
along
I-
the road.
my friend.
We're telling that to them, and we've gone back again this week to ask for someone else's assistance in getting some sort of better system in the parking, because it's just, it doesn't work.
Can I ask John,
No, it
whose
doesn't.
idea was
I
it?
mean-
Was it the councillors or was it the officers who had this idea?
The
I've only
officers.
ever heard it from officers.
Yeah.
They come up with the stunts,
No
and
brains,
then
have
it
they?
gets
Yeah.
voted on.
You don't even know where it is half the time.
People are now starting to park on Coldy Road, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
the road where I
Yeah.
live. They turn off Dean Road,
Yeah.
turn right onto Hallwood Road, and now they're parking along Coldy Road.
Everywhere.
Because, and
You
I
don't pay.
and I collared somebody who was walking into Hamforth, and I said, are you walking to work? Yeah, I work on she works on the estate.
Yeah.
So she walks down
Yeah.
under the bridge and onto the trading estate, but she parks the car there every day because it's free.
And you can't stop that, unfortunately. You can't put double yellow lines. Cheshire Police will not put double yellow lines on housing estates.
No.
No.
But you can get resident park. You can make it resident parking only.
Oh, that's
But
that's
then that's another
that's
can of worms.
that
Yeah,
is,
it's a cost of the resident.
I mean,
Yeah, we've looked
what
into
really
that.
hacks me up is an empty car park
Yeah.
not being used,
Yeah.
and everybody else is suffering.
And the other thing to bear in mind is, and we've been talking to them recently about the lack of usage. We found out it's the same across the county.
Yeah. Well, it's logical, isn't it?
Well,
Again, surprise, surprise, John. We all knew this would happen, didn't we?
£25
It's
a
not
week.
rocket science, is it?
You know, it's a huge amount of money.
Especially when a lot of people who might be coming into the village, as they stop in School Road, and they might be working in the shop. That's usually minimum wage.
Exactly.
It's going to be
Yeah.
cheaper for them to not work.
Yeah.
Get a universal credit.
Absolutely.
rather
I've
than
got
actually
every
do a job.
sympathy with them.
Yeah.
And what was the cost of the kit to do all this in this car park?
Oh, I don't know, but it's a lot.
Yeah. They'll be paid back with it.
Yeah.
Idiots.
So there isn't a payback on it, I don't think. What else was?
Could
mentioned
we
about the car park?
purchase residents only parking as a council and put them up? Do we have that?
No, they have to have the car registered to that address.
Oh,
It didn't work that way,
So you've got to produce your logbook in order to
Right.
get one.
okay.
And as we said, the displaced parking across residential streets. We got a team of 6 of them to come and look at where they were suggesting cars could go and park. The railway car park, that would be available. No, it wouldn't. The flats at the end here, that were offices, we can go on there. We actually took them round in the car. So, right, who's got the fob to get in the gate here? Oh, we didn't know about that. There was also on the lane near our place. Remember what it's like when you go into Shenton's, and if you go all the way through, there's a trap. They felt that that could be used for displaced car parking. Good luck with that. Well, there's loads of them. Sager's Road on the left-hand side, even though everyone parks in Sager's Road on the right-hand side. So they were woken up a little bit about that. It came out about the government not allowing the 9.9% rise. The vote to ratify the 4.99% will be at full council next Wednesday. We had a Garden Village update, another Zoom meeting, and I believe that that's coming to Hamforth.
Yeah.
And the other one is, we had a meeting last week with a developer who's planning to develop those 2 parcels of land on the roundabouts. Surely,
Yeah, we know
We've got
about
a-
it because
yeah,
it's where you're talking about.
yeah. What we've got is the site where it's going. It's the same person who's developing it has developed the old Peacock Farm site.
Correct.
Same person. That he's very committed to the trees, because if you look behind that fence that's there, you can actually see through. There's double gate there, 3 locks on it. You can see through. There's some very mature trees there, and the plan is to allow them to stay, as far as I believe he was saying. The the northernlymost baseline, we've got the numbers. It would be, there's 3-story houses on there. There's some just ground 2-story ones, which are the affordable housing, and the 3-story ones. My calculation brings it out at about 50,000 quid sale money for the council.
However, that's greenbelt land.
Apparently it's not, it's classed as
Well,
grey belt land, isn't it?
It's greenbelt.
Yeah.
no, because there was property on there. at one
Only on the
stage.
only on the small section where they're planning to build the apartments. The
No.
other bit does not have anything built on it.
Okay, I'll show you where.
This is already past, John.
Are you talking about the bungalow?
No.
Got it here.
Ash, put the other picture up.
It was, I don't think Gambia sent the image, I don't think they opened it.
No, the one where he had the north and south sites. Can you put that one back up? It'd be easy to.
Yeah.
That. The northern one.
Yeah.
Yeah, opposite Lakeland. There's never been anything on there.
Never.
It was down here.
That's not in the boundary of
No,
where
not
they're trying to build.
but it was on, that's that one actually.
We're talking about a triangular shaped field called the Turnpike Field.
Yeah.
When the bypass was put in, it bisected the Turnpike Field. The top part, according to my researches, has never been built on. And
That's the footpath that comes from Belfry along here. And under those trees in that area, I believe, that's where Hanfield House was. Yes.
It's still
So,
there.
no, it's not. No,
Hanfield,
that's in the middle of
I've got a
that.
photograph here, John, which is pre-1950s. No estate, no Staff Lane estate. There's the Turnpike Field.
Yeah.
And this, somewhere here, there was an entrance to a driveway which went to Hanfield House. That's Hanfield House there.
That's what's in.
And just to the left of that, or to the north of that, was Willowbank. But as far as I'm aware, that northern part of the Turnpike Field has never been built on.
No.
No, I'm not saying the northern part, I'm saying it was on the southern part of the field.
Well, that's debatable as well,
You're
because
saying,
I used to walk up that footpath.
Hang on, this has been passed, John. This is what's the state of play on this one?
Figure.
You told us this has been passed already. This is actually going ahead. Or just do
No,
some-
no.
It's an application.
We've not got an application in.
All right.
This is a
All-
pre-planning discussion.
Right.
All I'm
That's fine,
pointing
fine,
out,
fine. I wasn't sure what you're saying.
all I'm pointing out is that there was a large house, Georgian house on there. So I used to deliver papers to them. And then the road at the back, behind that, took you up to the Belfry Hotel.
But it is
can I
just green
bring-
land, isn't it? It's just fields.
Yes, absolutely.
It's
Can I just
fields.
bring Councillor Small in on this one, because he's been doing quite a lot of research into this, because we were going to actually discuss this very thing in notices and correspondence, but we may as well debate it now.
yeah, this plot of land, or 2 plots of land, form part of a so-called Turnpike Field. It was so named because there was a toll house adjacent to where the Wagon and Horses now stands. These pieces of land are important to us. A referendum held in 1974, in that referendum, Hanforth successfully objected to becoming part of Greater Manchester. And according to our neighbourhood plan, which in essence also represents a referendum, on page 83, one of the key issues is that we maintain a band of greenfield, green belt between Handforth and Greater Manchester. And in the neighbourhood plan on page 47, policy H1 states that new housing will be supported where it would not lead to loss of the green belt. This is a very important piece of green belt as regards keeping Handforth separate from Greater Manchester. And at the moment, my feeling is that the Town Council should fight any proposal to develop certainly the northern part and probably the southern part of these land parcels.
If that piece of land is developed, we will have total development from Oldham all the way through to Wilmslow and beyond, and there will be no green belt in between.
When do you
That
stop?
was the whole point of that green belt.
My understanding from a briefing, was it last week, the week before, was that they're now terming it grey belt.
Well, there's nothing in there that makes that green belt according to the information that we've been found. So I'm totally against it. I don't care how much money it generates for Handforth Town Council. And we need to hold on to these very small parcels of land.
Got left. A few got
Because
left.
we've got so little of it left. We're losing all of those beautiful fields over there to the Garden Village. We've got, we've lost all the fields at the bottom of Meryton Road. We potentially, I'm fairly certain that at some point in the future, around about where the hall is near Clay Lane, that something will happen there. It's not happening at the moment, but I'm fairly certain that something will happen there. We'll have no green spaces left.
The land that is next to the Grange is owned by the people who live in the Grange.
Correct.
They have no plans to sell that land.
No.
There's been
But
some
they
rumours
do
going around.
regular clearance all the time, because somebody
Well, that's
rang
some
me
good
up the
news.
other day of trees and hedgerows and all sorts of things. I'm totally suspicious of anything that happens in that way, and I'm absolutely adamant, my own personal opinion obviously, that we need to protect these very small pockets of land that we have left, because we'll have nothing for wildlife. Nothing at all.
The neighbourhood plan specifies that we protect land where there are good quality mature trees.
Yeah.
And as regards sill money coming in, I think it's going to be quite minimal if this development goes ahead.
Yeah.
And certainly there'll be nothing on the southern part, which is planned for apartments, which are not sillable.
That's right.
And in the northern part, the number of houses which will be sillable will be very few, because they plan to put affordable homes there, and they too are not sillable, if I can use that term phrase.
They're also not affordable either.
The houses that are affordable are not sellable, but the houses that are non-affordable specified, they bring in some
It's
money.
only 3.
There's 21.
I think the
So-
town council will have plenty of sill when if that garden village gets built.
20.
Anyway, perhaps we can debate this at some other time if you've
Just
got-
another
Chair, I think the Planning and Environment Committee need some instruction from the total council. Do we fight this application when it lands in front of us, which is going to come very soon?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So just a quick point to this. It's all very well all these houses going up, because there's so many houses gone up in the last 5 years around Handforth, around Wilmslow, around Aldley, going even further, Macclesfield, Congleton, Holmes Chapel, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of houses.
But we don't have the infrastructure.
Not one school,
No.
not one hospital,
Correct.
not one doctor's surgery, not one transport network.
Absolutely right.
They're just greedy developers building, selling,
Okay,
selling.
We'll debate
selling.
this at another point. Sorry, sorry, Chris, come on.
Can I just raise one safety aspect? I've looked at the south plot, and if you drive towards Hill Green, as you approach it on the right hand side, you see the gate to access to that area. Now I measured it, it's 8 metres to the roundabout where you come off the bypass and you want to turn to Handforth, you automatically look that way.
You're looking right all the time.
Yeah, and you're going to hit a
Someone
car
coming out,
that's
yeah.
coming out off that.
Yeah.
So it's an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Chair, can I repeat my
Yes.
request that the Planning and Environment Committee need an instruction from this council as to whether we should fight this planning application when it comes before us?
Can I just,
Yes, like a reverse.
can I just say, it's up to the Planning and Environment Committee to fight it on behalf of all the
Correct.
council. That's what you're there for.
Correct.
You don't need
But-
instruction from us.
So perhaps we'll put it on the planning and environment.
I would like the council to give some indication.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Okay.
Nothing wrong doing it. The whole council is against
Yeah,
it.
so we can all support him.
Just as yeah.
But,
We've just got to confirm that we're supporting.
yeah,
Yeah.
Just doing it
Yes,
now.
yes.
So we support it. Yeah.
I'll
that's
second
fine.
that.
Yeah.
And I'll back you as well.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
But
well,
the
can we have a
more
show of hands on that then,
the
please?
more voices that we put towards it,
Yeah.
the more we'll get heard by it.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe have a show of hands on that proposal. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you got that?
1, 2, 5, 6, I've got 6, 7.
2 abstain. Oh, sorry, those
Against or
again.
abstaining?
Sorry, those again.
One of the things which will
Any
Okay.
abstentions?
I don't have no issue about how it's handled within the council.
Sorry,
I have no issue about how it's dealt with by the council.
you have an issue.
I have no issue.
Right,
So
okay.
I'll just abstain.
And Luke? Yeah, 2.
Okay, all right, so we'll bring that for a further discussion.
Just as a parting shot, one of the points that Pensacola put forward for going ahead with this development is that Hadworth needs affordable homes. What I shall find fascinating is on Thursday, is it? We're having a meeting with the
Garden Village.
Garden Village. How many plots have been taken up there? Are there many available for building more?
Don't know if we got that fine detail, Roger.
Right.
We will find out.
That's going to be an interesting
We will
thing to
find
find out.
Okay, sorry, Councillor Smith, have you finished your report? Have you got more things to say?
There's been queries from some people on Friday who live on the lakes asking when will they begin this kit?
Well, actually, it's funny you should ask that because we were discussing this, weren't we, last week?
We were.
If we said beginning of next month.
Beginning of March, I'm going to have one here. Because we've not had one here for a while either. So, we'll have one here.
Because the last one, I think we had, was on
On
Bath Lane,
Bath
wasn't
Lane, yeah. So I'm going to put one here at Community Centre.
So yes, it is in hand.
For the lakes?
But for the lakes,
I'll see them in the pub again.
yeah.
It's as if I've got a sign on my head saying, please go and give me some hassle about something that's going on.
Yeah, beginning of March, but it's going to
But that
be
was
here.
here, but at lakes I haven't thought of it yet.
But then we will.
You've got to find out where on the lakes it
Did you
can
go?
go.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the issue about the lakes.
Yeah.
The nearest one to the lakes, of course, is Bath Lane, isn't
All
it?
Meriton.
So,
Well, Councillor Fogarty was discussed a
She
while
said
back,
she could have it in
Right,
his
right,
warehouse,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
she did.
Do
She
that.
did.
I'm not sure whether that offer's still open, but we
I'm
can
sure
certainly
it is.
explore it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
so
Okay.
that'll be sometime.
April by the sounds
April,
of it.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, why can't you do it in March when you're all
I could do it at the end of March.
Yeah.
Do it at the end of March.
Are they cheaper in March?
Yeah, they'll go up in April.
Are they?
Yeah, they'll go up in April. won't they?
Yeah.
Oh, do they? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
let's do it in March then. Definitely. Okay, anything further? Okay, thank you very much. Can we move on to agenda item 25059, which is under standing order 10.9 to appoint any members wishing to join any of the council's committees or working groups.
Chris Sampson.
Yes, would like to join.
Join.
The Garden Village.
Okay,
project.
do we have to vote?
Yes,
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 okay.
yes.
Do we have to propose and second? I presume we do.
Does
Propose.
anybody else want to join any working groups or committees? Whilst I've got this on the computer.
Second?
Does anybody else want to join any committees or working groups?
No.
Others? No?
Okay, so can we just have a proposal and second? I'll propose. Can I have a seconder, please? Can we vote that Chris goes on to the Garden Village? Yes. Thank you very much.
Do we have a list of who's on it, please, Anne?
Yeah,
Okay, agenda item
I'll
20.
tell you.
Agenda item 250510 is to receive a report updating the council on the current position of the closure of the restaurant at Oakley Extra Care Centre and what steps are being taken to retain human function. Councillor Chapman.
It's still being investigated. I heard from a couple of people, supposed to be higher from the council. They've no idea who made this decision, they're still in the opinion. Now it's been, the people who are giving us food now welcome, the welcome people. They got pulled up last Monday by our manager, saying you cannot use the kitchen to feed anybody because of health and safety. Somebody had found health and safety up, saying they thought it was wrong. So we had people walking up and down with dementia, some people, where's my dinner, and this, that, caused a terrible lot of upset. Now, she took it upon herself that she did phone them up, this manager, and of course it's gone right to the top now, because when I gave that speech at the meeting, they said we could use the facilities. We don't mean the back kitchen, we just mean the plates, knives and forks. You know what I mean? And people to be in company, you know, together having a meal. We were told that at the meeting, they passed it there and then. We don't want this loneliness, we want people to be together until we can sort it out. So anyway, that's what they're trying to stop. It was reinstated within 24 hours. So the following day, you know, it should never have happened. It should never, and it was disgraceful. I just thought I'd tell you that that's what had happened up to now. There was absolutely no need for it. She's health and safety mad. But that's it. But anyway.
Is this a resident though?
No, this is the manager.
So is the manager not health and safety qualified? Because under the position she holds, surely she should have gone through a health and safety qualification if it involves a kitchen.
You don't know why
Because
she did it.
indirectly, she's in charge of the kitchen.
Well, I don't know if she's in charge.
Well,
of the kitchen.
if she's the manager
because
of
that
the...
example, that is Cheshire's council. That is their furniture, that is their property. Yeah, that's their property. Now, don't forget, we're getting no help whatsoever from your housing group. They're not interested in what happens to us or anything. And her intervention then, it was dreadful, because it's the only time she's said anything about, you know, anything. And she just stopped when he come walking in with the meals, you know, carrying them in. So no, stop, you can't do it. Now, Radis, who do the care, you know, they've been wonderful. They really have. They're setting the table, they're putting the music on, they're putting a few serviettes out, just so people can be sociable, you know, until this mess is sorted out. And she went and she's gone and done this. And I was at a meeting today with them, and I said to them while she was there, it was disgraceful. Why would anybody want to do that? It's just cruel. It's cruel to the people involved. That's who we're dealing with. Now, as far as the, but I must say that you've got a bit of a thumbs up, I suppose, our crew, Nina Jokic, who's here, like the area manager, nice lady.
I know.
She was at the meeting, and she says, I must say, Beryl, she says, the little village here, she said, is beautiful. She said, aren't you lucky, aren't you all lucky to have Hanford Town Council? She said, and the lights and everything. She said, where she lives in Cholton, she looks like a slum compared to where we, you know. I said, we don't, people don't own that much, but I just thought I'd say to you that people do appreciate everything that you're doing.
Oh, that's very nice to hear, thank you.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, as for the future.
Not very often people say, give praise.
No,
is
it isn't. They only come up moaning. I'm afraid I'm one of them moaners, but there you go. Now, it's going to carry on now, this food, until they've decided to go to October, until they find out who has made this decision. You still can't find anybody, you know, from the elderly people, and.
Can this manageress not ask?
Yeah, but she's not, it's not up to her.
Can she not ask the question on your behalf?
No, no.
Can we
Okay,
ask,
so at the
can we
moment
ask
you
the
are.
question on your behalf? Could Hungerford Town Council ask Onward
We don't
Housing?
make the decision, Cheshire communities.
Was
Well,
it Cheshire East?
Can I
No,
suggest?
you'll admit to it.
Can I, one second,
Can I-
one, please
can I
don't
suggest-
talk at once, don't all talk at once. Councillor Smith.
Can I suggest that I will attempt to get someone from Cheshire East to get off their arse and get involved, because I think it's since, what was his name? I believe he's off
He's
sick.
still off sick.
He's off sick.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Call
Yeah.
So, but there,
somebody's
yeah,
sick.
there will be someone else who can step in.
Yeah.
You have to. And I'll look to find out who's that going to be. And let's get them down to open and discuss it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we will all stay in the dark, but the thing is, it's been, instead of finishing in April, May, now they're extending these meals until October. Because they said it does need a proper investigation
It does,
and the way, but
absolutely.
they are speaking to the people who want to take it on as a franchise. They are in talk. It's something, not great, but you're looking at, and the problem is a lot of the people now don't want these meals. Now, I'm going around to say to people, look, it's only for a few months, if you only buy one a week, let's keep it going as a going concern.
Absolutely.
That's the main thing.
Well, perhaps, Councillor Smith, when you find out who it is that we need to get in touch with, perhaps you would liaise with the clerk, and perhaps the town council can also write to this person to put our weight behind your request.
Well,
if you would, please.
I'll certainly try and find out who it is, and I would look to get the results. There and then.
Yeah,
Done.
but we'd like to wade in with this as well. We want to be there and help the residents. Absolutely. I'm totally behind this. It should not be removed at all. It's disgraceful. Okay, thank you very much. Agenda item 250511 is following an electronic failure of the HTC SID to discuss the quotation received from Pandora Technologies to attempt to repair at £280 plus VAT, with the possibility of requiring a replacement board for up to £910 plus VAT. Clark, would you like to explain what this is about?
For those of us who've been around a long time, we purchased a speed indicator device that flashes up and tells people your speed. It's a radar, actually. So bloody everything. I could bring it in, but I'm not going to. The band of diodes, LEDs, have gone out across one of the numbers. So it now looks like you're doing 20 when you're actually doing 30 or something like that. So yeah, so it's we've had it 8 years, so it's had a bit of a run. And what they're saying is they'll look at it, and if you can repair it for 280 plus that, they'll do it. If it requires a replacement board, it's £910 plus that.
What's a new one?
£2.5 grand.
All right.
Yeah.
And apart from telling motorists what speed they're doing, what does it actually do?
That's all it does, and we receive the data, and I give that data to the police so that they know which roads are the worst roads in the area to do speed checks on.
That's interesting.
Because it does a week's worth of work, lets you know the times when it's bad. If you're interested, the SID data is available for last year. I put it on the website. So you can have a look at all the locations. We randomly put it out on locations. Sometimes we request it by residents, sometimes requested by police.
Sometimes out here.
Sometimes out here, because it can't be bothered. To be honest, I find it bad
To be
there.
honest, I think as we've got loads of money, I think this is an important asset to have.
I do too. I think it's very good for just waking motorists up to getting out of their in sleep mode situation where you've just got your foot to the floor and you don't really realise you're driving through a 30-mile-an-hour zone. Something suddenly flashes up at you and warns you. I've done it myself, and I think it's an excellent thing to have. So I'd be fully supportive of it, but I don't really want to spend a fortune on it. So if we can get the LEDs repaired, that would be great.
Is there only one place you can take it to get it fixed?
This is the manufacturer, and
Right.
it's the person we bought it off effectively, but we bought
But
it
do
from
we
originally.
not know any local electrician or hobbyist
I'm
or?
not sure.
The only problem with that is
We
if
won't
you
have it
fiddle with it,
maintained.
then you become responsible for it.
Repair
So
Cafe,
they might not
Ashley,
then amend
Repair
it.
Cafe.
Councillor Small.
If I've read this correctly, and we attempt to get Pandora Technologies to repair this unit, the first thing to do is to send it to them for investigation, which will cost 280 plus VAT.
Yeah.
That might not work even then, in which case they go into phase 2, which is to charge us another £910 plus VAT, making a total overall cost, or the worst case scenario, as 1,400 quid.
Well, no, I don't read it like that, but perhaps you can clarify. If they can't repair it, we won't be paying 280 quid, will we?
Yeah.
I think we will.
Yeah.
I think we will. I think the overall cost on this, what are we looking
Yeah.
at there? We're looking at
That's the actual repair.
one total 200 effectively.
So the space.
Okay.
Brand new, you've
New
got
one.
money.
Well, to be honest, I'd like to see one with a smiley face.
Cheshire
Yeah, I
Improvement.
think it just lightens the whole thing up. You know, if we're going to spend £1,200, £1,100 on a repair, it's still an old unit and all the other LEDs can go. So why don't we invest the £1,500, which is what it would cost us, over and above the repair, and have something new?
You fancy a new one?
Yes.
Buy a new unit.
A new unit?
You might be able to trade them in.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Regarding the smiley face, I was in a meeting with someone from Highways who said, right, I've got to go back now because I've now found out I've got the job to change all the SIDs to take the smiley face off.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh, right,
because
okay, well,
it's
thank you for
Why is
that
that?
information. Right, that's a shame.
It's too much fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
I personally, I would look at somebody or ask questions to find somebody who could maybe have a dabble with it and fix it, because it's not difficult fixing LED light
If we're going
bulbs.
to replace it,
Yeah.
then there
But
isn't a
you
problem with that.
you might find a guy who, oh, I can fix that, and he
I've
can,
got a suggestion.
and he can change 5 or 6 LED light bulbs for
I have a
50 quid.
suggestion. The Wilmslow Transition are holding a repair workshop.
said
which
that.
costs
Yeah,
she said that.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, happily.
Take it down there then.
Take it to them. They have qualified electricians who will then give it a proper
And
certificate.
hobbyists.
Yeah.
And hobbyists.
They do,
Yeah.
they're not qualified, but are they able to give a guarantee?
No.
They'd be liable if something goes wrong with it after
No.
they've done it.
I wouldn't
We then
think
go after
so.
them, we then go after them.
I wouldn't
for
think so,
700
but
quid.
then if you're
Well-
getting something for nothing, why would that matter?
No, what my point is that once it's had a repair, it's been repaired, its life will be a certain length of time. A new one, you'll get another 8 years life out of it.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
true.
I think John, to a point, the other point I think that Roger made is that if you replace the board, that's a guarantee that's going to work. And that's probably the main gubbins of it, to
Yeah.
be honest.
So why don't we have a new one? We don't.
Because that's going to
And
cost
Well, it's
£3
£9
grand.
rather.
What's the
as
scope
opposed
of
to
the
that.
actual unit?
We've got to start spending
Is
some
it-
money.
Basically, the
behind-
board is the unit.
Yeah.
No,
that's
I
the
mean
key
the
bit.
actual unit itself, is it
It's like-
rusty?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. It's just the bulbs have gone, isn't it? So you just
Yeah.
you open it up,
I mean,
take the bulbs
if you
out,
were going to
unwire
replace
them, put a
the
new set of bulbs
Well,
on,
right,
and change
look
it.
at about 2.5 grand.
Yeah.
And you could get somebody like the transition group to look at the old one,
Yeah,
fun,
absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
keep it if it keeps working. If they can fix it,
Yeah.
then you can have two.
Even if you get 2 years
That's
out
fair.
of it.
And you get another unit, can't you?
That's
So,
Okay, so are we going to change it then to a proposal to purchase a new one?
Not as yet.
Not
because
as
you
yet.
want to
Wait
take it
until
to
we see-
Transition.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
so we need to, if we're not expending money, we don't need to go to anything, do we?
not really, no.
Okay, so we'll bypass it and we'll wait.
But we
and
need
see
to
what
work out
happens.
how we're going to get it to these people to look at it.
Which
Well,
people?
We're going to take it down.
I go to the repair shop, it's on March the 1st.
Oh, right,
I
okay.
will,
Oh.
I will speak to the person in charge.
Yeah.
And I'll see if they can do anything with
Just
it.
take some photographs of it and
yeah.
say, can you fix this?
And
Can
then
do
what we
that.
can do, it's obviously not operational. I can't
No.
legally use it. You can take that as transition. If you can fix it, great. If you can't, we'll just put it on the next agenda as an expenditure.
Yeah.
item, and I'll get a proper quote. So
It's got to be worth looking at, say 3
Yeah,
grand.
yeah,
I mean, I know we're swimming in money, but you know, I'd rather be swimming in money than not have any.
Have we got any other potential suppliers?
Have we got
there
another-
is. Yeah, we can go to a different supplier even. We can have a look
Yeah,
around,
get 3 quotes.
Yeah, let's get some quotes for
Great.
that. That's fine. That's fine.
Right, okay, can we
Just
move
ask a
on?
minute, why remove
hard.
smiley
We
faces?
still
John?
have quite a lot to get
Sorry,
through.
Why removing smiley faces?
Why what?
Removing smiley faces.
I have no idea.
Yes, we are.
It's bizarre, that.
Too happy.
Right,
It's not
ladies and
designed for that.
gentlemen, can we just stop now because it's 8:30 and we need to get through the rest of this agenda. So we will not vote on that because we're not deciding anything. So let's go on to 250512, which is to receive a very shortened version
Indeed.
from Councillor Harrison about the communications working group.
It's going well.
That's
That's it, it's going well.
Councillor Harrison. And me in the background.
Well, you mentioned the things with the ideas, but essentially it's just to improve communications between us residents, Cheshire East as a triangle, if you like, the 3 ways, imparting information to people, receiving ideas from people, requests from people, and so on, just to improve the overall communications. We've got some things in place already: the website, Facebook, newsletters, etc., which we can build upon. It's a case of brainstorming. What else can we do, really? And one thing which we've done before, thought we were would be the stall idea.
Yeah.
You know, think people come to us rather than going to them.
Yeah.
Sorry, we go to them rather than come to us.
Yeah.
So one idea would be to knock together a stall, which will buy some money, but
Yeah.
and maybe we've got something already we can utilise, but just do a stall.
We've got
Events.
the gazebo.
We've done it before.
A gazebo.
Yeah.
A table.
So just to improve or maximise the stall concept.
Yeah, anytime you want.
Yeah.
Mark.
But other things that we've been thinking about. But that's just to give where we are. It's early days. We're just looking at improving communications in all manner of forms, if you like.
Which is great because we need to improve communications and people need to know that we're here and we're here to help.
Yeah.
And I don't think enough people know that. So perhaps
Luke,
Claire,
need
you
to add
could
to
come
that?
back with a report for next time.
Yes, I'm not going.
Yeah.
So just few bits and bobs, like there's some stuff that we think we can do quite soon. So some things that we know we want to do, not taking an Instagram account, which can be to Facebook, that just opens us up to a broad spectrum of people. Is the stall, of course. Just think about other ways we can get people to come to us rather than us trying to. Obviously, it's not many people here today, so just other ways to get them involved with us.
Yeah.
Some of the things is we'd like to do a bit of a review within the working group of our existing communications with the public, social media on the website, just actual activity. That's it for now.
Okay. Well, could I ask that for the next council meeting you actually produce a written report?
Oh yeah.
For us?
And we'll have some. We'll be doing stuff.
Okay.
What actually have some projects going for next time.
Thank you very
So
much,
it's
and
a-
thank you both for your hard work on that. Agenda item 250513 is to discuss highway issues, potholes and street lighting. Councillor Smith gave us some information on potholes. I have to say, I'm sorry, but I disagree with you about the northern end of Wilmslow Road. It's a bit like I don't know, one of those what those cars things, bumper car things, when you have to whiz around the holes, because I dread one of those holes is really quite deep.
I was travelling south, I don't think that made any difference.
Travelling north is awful.
North's worse, yeah.
If you come out of Spot Lane onto Wilmslow Road, there's a great big one there. And I'm not talking a little narrow, I'm talking, it's really quite deep. But we've reported it, but so have other people, because obviously if you drive a car and you drive.
But they haven't got
the
any money,
estate,
is that
you don't
right?
see it. But they haven't got any money, because I actually had a conversation with Esther McVeigh about the potholes. I said, you know, where's our council tax going?
They're all
And she
reported.
said, it's going to,
They're all reported, they're all
unfortunately,
potholes,
Cheshire are in so much
But they know
debt,
about them.
they haven't got any money to
That's
mend
true.
them.
But they're also, that's why they're waiting for the next budget, when the funds are allocated. See,
So we have to wait till April.
Yeah, March, April, yeah. But have you
I
seen
just
the
think
one
it's-
on Earl Road?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So it's
That's
still
hilarious, yeah.
Earl Road on the screen.
Brilliant. And then,
You'll see Earl Road disappear.
yeah, you do see Hill Road disappear.
It's quite a new road, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
1960s.
Here we go.
I was on the trading station.
This is excellent, this is.
I think wherever we can, we need to keep
No, there's
pushing
more
it.
than
And,
that.
you know,
Oh, yeah,
just try and keep
there we
it.
go, you're on Hill Road. That's Hill Road.
There's no
Earl
more
Road.
report.
That's Hill Road.
Yeah, it
Now you
is.
see where the red one is at the top?
Mm.
That's where it changes to Stockport.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at them.
Yeah, I'm.
What are
I'm
the
really
red
good.
ones below that? Are they just like priority ones?
Yes, the red ones.
No, they're all the reports that they've had about the
The
very
bigger
problems
ones on
there.
Hill Road.
Yeah.
From here for the last 8 years, but hey.
Well, I think we should just keep pushing as much as we can and just make sure that we're at the top of the agenda when the money comes out.
Well, that's.
Even my 4x4 won't cope with that. It doesn't. I've had to have new.
No, you know, one of those monster machines.
Yeah, well,
That'd be
I
all
had some
right,
new
wouldn't it?
suspensions
One of
put on
those,
last week.
It's not fun, is it? Street lighting. Somebody's put street lighting on. Is there an issue somewhere?
Just a small comment is, so I walk up on the station, you know where Church Road is, Church Road Police Station Road. There's no street lighting on that little pass.
Right.
Didn't think much of it, it's very dark at night, but someone posted on Facebook that their daughter had a bit of an incident with someone who's, I think when people's safety is threatened, I think we need to sort of push highways to.
Where is it?
Church Road.
It's on across the bridge, yeah. So just
You
across
go
the
across
bridge.
the
Where the
Very
footbridge
cross.
goes over the
Goes
railway, as you get to the other
Yeah.
side,
Oh,
where
yeah.
the nursing,
Yeah.
where the home is.
Yeah.
There's a tiny bit of lighting, but it's literally just what's coming off the.
Yeah.
the
I mean,
road
just
next
on
to
the
it.
bridge. Just
Yeah.
over the bridge.
Yeah.
Isn't there a restriction on lights then?
The
Because there's a
trouble
railway
is,
on it.
it's
Owned by the railway.
owned, it's owned by the railway,
Owned by
that
the
section
railway.
of the road.
The railway on it.
Right.
Railway.
Can't remember what the-
Network Rail.
That's why.
Network Rail.
I seem to remember we had some query about this
This came
before.
up when we had a Labour councillor.
Yeah.
That's right,
Yeah.
correct.
And when
Which
she
was
complained
mentioned
about
then.
not being able to see on her way home when she came off the train.
Correct.
Well, she lived that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
If there's any street lights that are out, just report them on 6th Street.
so there's nothing we can
Yeah.
actually
There's
do
nothing we
about
can do about
that.
that, if it's owned by the railway, they will not put lights on there.
It's only
No.
send them a letter to push them on it or.
No, the one
Really, you won't do anything about it, they can't, because if you
not
put
all
lights
lights.
on it, it looks like it's a light that's stopping the
Yeah.
train, or encouraging the train.
Okay, let's go on to agenda item 250514, which has received notices and correspondence. Ashley.
No, you've had this, haven't you, you lucky people?
Hmm.
So the clerk of audience has been in touch. She's inviting any councillors who are keen to meet with councillors from Hanport Rules and Chorley to discuss the proposed community devolution plans coming from CEC. Is it something you're interested in?
Have we got these plans already?
Well, it's just.
You can
Oh, is it that? Is that
you
what
can
you're on?
download the government
Oh.
UK's press release.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Devolution Revolution, 6 areas to elect mayors for the first time.
Oh.
It reads like a party political news sheet,
Mm.
and all sorts of wonderful things are promised in it, though no specific
And
details.
there's no costing.
No costing.
And that's because it's responsibility of Angela Watson.
Would you be interested in meeting Oldie?
The point is that-
council about it.
Is that
I don't know who you are.
everybody here?
She just asked me the question.
Show any interest in
Have
that?
you got any interest?
Cheshire East are
Yeah.
going to get lumbered with
Councillor
this.
Harrison,
Excellent.
anybody else?
Go
Well,
on.
only needs-
Peter?
You
Peter's
need,
going
there
to.
should be two.
Yes.
Councillor Smith wants to say
Yeah, I
something?
suspect we'll be voting on this next Wednesday.
Yeah.
William, right, okay.
So you need to meet before, and then whatever is decided, hand it over to our councillors.
I know I'm voting.
I think the major point from the government's press release is that Cheshire East, along with Cheshire West and Warrington, are going to get the full benefit of this sooner rather than later.
Okay. Right. Okay. Anything else on that one?
So
No.
whose ideas is it? From government.
Yes.
All right. Agenda item 250515 is to agree the date of the next HTC full council meeting, which will be held on the 11th of March 2025. I declare the meeting closed at 8.
I got to that by going to winslow.co.uk.
Thank you very much for attending, everybody.
Correspondence under the article, you'll find that Lisa Rees has responded to her own article.